each day.
On
Hello there,
Valentine's
ladies and
night,
gentlemen.
Time as you know it.
Welcome
freezes.
back.
20 minutes
The
past
mysterious,
10.
the
Keep up,
infectious
Doctor.
Thinks we're gonna
madness,
smother her in
the
her
awful
sleep.
I'm a
madness, the
grave
brutal
digger,
madness,
Doctor.
I
the
was at
murdered
home,
madness
David is my husband,
of Dr.
all on my
Dekker.
lonesome.
Stabbed
has
him with a
returned.
steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda,
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
You know,
And Laurie just...
the normal
on the beach.
recap type scenario.
Is that it for
Catching us
today?
back up to basically where we left off in the middle of Act 2, I believe. Maybe Act 3. I think we're only in Act 2. But anyway. Yes, Dylan, I would love to hear your Jackbox news. So Dylan contacted me yesterday and said that he had some news about Fibbage 3 that was dropped in the last stream, and I told him to kind of hang on to it until today. But I would absolutely love to hear it now while we continue on. So we are figuring out a little bit of what's going on here. So most of these patients are just completely fucked up. Like, for real, they are just completely fucked. And our job as a psychiatrist is to, well, unfuck them as ever necessary. So we're talking to them. We're trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with them. Bryce, for example, is a grave digger who feels, oh, why thank you, Sad Panda. Bryce is a grave digger who feels, oh God, he's not in the loop day. That's Nathan. Nathan's stuck in the loop day. What was Bryce's problem? We've heard it twice already now. Oh, he gets the extra hour. That's what it was. He gets the extra hour every day at midnight, and where time slows down for everyone else and stands perfectly still, but he can still do things. So now we have 3 patients left in this area, as well as the potential of talking to Jasmine and Lacey, who started this round in Amber already, which means there's not really a whole lot mandatory that we have to talk to them about. It's all optional from here. So do we go with Claire, or Elin, or Mariana? Or do we take some time with our side objectives here? Lacey and Jasmine, go ahead and knock them out before we accidentally continue on without knowing what the hell to do. Which I think they actually just patched out. They added in something in the patch to make it so that when you hit the continue button, you actually have a confirmation dialogue that says, do you actually want to continue on to the next act? So you don't accidentally do what I did and miss out on very, very quality time with Jaya. So, let's say hi to Jasmine. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often.
Oh,
What happened
nice
to
to meet you,
Dr.
Jasmine.
Dekker?
Dr. Dekker is dead.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
Actually, I do know that information. He was killed on Valentine's Day.
We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All, so I had to work.
I think I might have accidentally kind of skipped
Mainly
him.
it was a collection of giant hearts.
The audience will vote on which
sat
lie they
things,
want,
but
and the one that gets...
I ran into another patient,
Oh, really? So the
Bryce.
audience will actually be able to input
I've never
as
really
a whole
spoken with him
as
before,
well.
but
That's kind of really cool.
He's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work.
Excuse me.
11? There's actually another guy. Takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though. Providence is open 24 hours.
So who is this guy on night shift? Guy on night shift. Maybe. No? Never mind. And yes, she does have shoes on. Very, very nice shoes, contrary to most everybody else here.
Oh.
How? Dr. Dekker was stabbed.
Ouch.
I know. It probably hurt a lot.
I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
I would like to know that too, because I feel
We
like
had a
she might have
display
mentioned
in the
it.
gallery based on
She had to
Love
work
Conquers All.
this Love Conquers
So I
All
had to
display
work.
gallery.
Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic.
So then I guess
couldn't
we
get
should
rid
go
of him
back and
until I
ask
finished
Bryce
work.
about being an art critic
11?
at some point.
There's actually another guy takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though. Providence is open 24 hours.
And what is Providence? At the art gallery, I assume? So we got through all the Dr. Dekker was dead.
We had
He was
a
killed on
display in the...
Valentine's Day. Who replaced you on the night shift? Maybe?
No.
Okay. What else do you know about Bryce? Possible audience in
there's not
Finish
much
3
to
might be
tell.
able to win. Oh, yeah.
I knew he was a patient
basically,
here.
Harwood,
I've
that's
seen him in
kind
the
of what
waiting
it's
room a
working out
couple
to
of times.
be.
He likes art and talking and looking down here instead of up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met a lot of people like that, unfortunately. But he's
there's
a
not much to tell.
photographer.
I knew he was a patient here. I'd seen him in the waiting room a couple of times. He likes art and talking and looking down here instead of...
This is Jasmine. She's one of the other patients who comes in every so often. How often do you see Dr. Dekker?
When you see a painting, it stands still.
I think I might have glitched
When
another
I
question
see
here.
one, it's moving. Like a mini film. Like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting...
Something bad's happening to the person? What happens when there is a person in the painting?
They watch me. Normally...
Like one of those old Scooby-Doo photos with the eyes cut out and you can just see him staring through like...
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now. I don't really know.
I think I misspelled his name there. How did you know Dr. Dekker?
He was shy. And then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it.
Set fire to it? As in like set fire to the paintings that were watching you?
Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence. At that time, I thought
That's
the only
why
way to
she's
fix my
here,
problem was
because she's an
set fire
arsonist.
to the entire art
Okay,
gallery.
unfortunately
paintings
that's kind of
didn't
Dr.
make
Dekker's
it.
fault, so
Luckily, my boss didn't press charges.
we kind of have to undo that, right?
The police did arrest me, though.
So how
When
often did you see
a
Dr. Dekker?
painting,
Oh yeah, this is not what that question answered.
it stands still. When I see one, it's moving. Like a mini film. Who told you to ask? No.
I know what are vines, but I'm trying to wonder what the other question is
When you
here.
see a painting, it stands still.
That's a
when I
good
see
question,
one,
Dari.
It's moving. Like a mini film. Like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting. He was shy. And then less so.
What made Dr. Dekker less shy? Maybe. Nope. Why doesn't she destroy Dorian? Who is Dorian?
I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third. It was hideous. And it started talking to me.
Did you try to burn Dorian?
I already ripped up the painting. It screamed as I cut it. And now whenever I close my eyes, I can see it, hear it. I need
Like
the
the-
tablets, Doctor.
Like
I
the
need them.
telltale painting.
The temazepam, the sleeping tablets. The ones you gave me last time.
I didn't see you last time.
Dr. Dekker gave them to me.
That's what I'm
They
looking
helped.
for.
I know it's in my head. I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this?
Nothing is wrong with you.
That's not something I... When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving. Like a... That's not something...
No. Just curious. Trying to flirt with her a little bit. What is wrong with you? I feel like that's too direct of a question. Do you lack... Let's see. I think you lack confidence. God, this is totally just proving
Thank
how
you,
terrible
Doctor.
I am at typing.
I'll think about that. And the prescription, please?
I don't know that I'm going to give her the pills. No, I don't want to give you the tablets. I feel like she's abusing them. Maybe. Nope. Let's see. Have you ever seen Harry Potter?
No.
Harry Pooter.
Sorry.
Harry Pooter! Harry fucking Pooter! God damn it, Tim! Quit typing so fast! Oh my god. That is an entirely different film. Oh my god.
When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one,
Is my face red now? I feel like my face is red
moving.
now.
Like a mini film, like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting,
Why didn't your boss press charges? That's actually a really good point.
my boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money.
Art galleries are hard
Such
to
a
kind of make a
sweet
profit
lady.
on,
I'd
unfortunately.
do anything for her. Dr. Dekker told me to burn it. It was nothing to do with Petra.
I want to know more about the boss.
My boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through
Yeah.
some...
Unfortunately,
tough
Dylan, it
times,
seems
and
like
I've only
it
been
seems
there
like
a
we
year.
might be a little while before we
She
know more
invested her
about
life
Jackbox
savings, and
Party
it's
Pack 4.
Still not. No. Why are you saying that? I don't even know if Petra has insurance.
Whatever. Let's see, what do we have left here? What happens when there's a person in the painting?
They watch me.
Why would the painting disapprove?
Because they don't think I know how to
There we
appreciate
go.
art.
This is a
Because
good
I'm
line
too
to go
young.
down here. Too young?
Yes, of course.
Why would the
Otherwise I
paintings think
wouldn't
you're
be
too
working
young?
in an art gallery. I love art. I love paintings. Like I said, they move for me.
That's creepy as shit. Do you make the paintings move?
I don't know.
Good. Good answer. Good answer. There we go. How do the paintings... So I was on the right track. I just
When I
wasn't
want
quite
them to
asking
not
the
be.
right question,
When I want
which
to
is often the
really get
case.
inside what's going on. But some paintings, I can't stop.
Why? What's going on in the paintings when you can't stop? Painting, you can't stop.
I've been working on portraits at home.
Like
outside
Dorian.
work. But my paintings aren't so good. Nowhere near Providence standard. I painted a man, Dorian. You know, after Dorian Gray.
So here's where we're actually supposed to make the link over to Dorian. And make a whole lot more sense out of that. Now you'll notice we actually cleared out the upper 2-star question here. And all we need to do now is figure out this mystery around Dorian.
Aging, so I divided the face into thirds.
And we might be done with her.
A boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third.
Right, and it turned out to be a shit
hideous.
painting.
And it started talking to me.
Aha! What did Dorian say?
That I'm ugly. That I have no talent. Nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor?
No, you are very pretty.
I don't really know what you mean.
No, you are pretty.
I really
Be
don't.
simpler. Nope. How did she word the end of that question?
That I'm...
Is that true, Doctor? No, it's not true.
I hear it so many times from that wretched painting. It's in my head. But thank you.
You're very welcome. Glad I could help you, dear. And Jasmine is done. Awesome. Click the filter button at the top of the responses tab. Ah. So now I just see the ones for Jasmine versus seeing all of them. Is that what I'm seeing? Huh. Cool. That's actually very, very handy. Thank you, Sad Panda. So what about Lacey?
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
I mean, absolutely, Juno. The tape that we saw, where's my clues? This Alderby footage made it very clear that Dr. Dekker had some sort of motive or ulterior for sowing madness into these patients, relating in some way to the Dark Ones and their love of chaos. So I don't know. We don't really know what's going on here just yet.
I'm not really
That's
sure
what we're
about
trying to
that.
find out.
I'm Lacey Hendricks. Where to start?
Yeah,
My
the
next door
beginning,
neighbour in
usually a good
Jobson
place.
Hill, where I live, she was murdered.
Ooh.
80, and they diversion burgled her.
Well, that's
But
not
she
good.
was wise to it and started
Were
calling
you-
the police.
Were you part of it?
They slit her throat with a bread knife.
Ooh, that takes some
So I
force.
started a neighborhood watch.
Bread knife's not supposed to do that. Unless it's like an actual bread cutting knife and then it's got the little serrated edges on it, in which case, oh, that's like ultra terry and rippy. Ooh. How do you feel about your neighbor?
Don't know.
Nope.
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80. I didn't have much luck with him, like
We can
I
always
said.
at least start
He didn't
there.
believe
That's the
me.
good news. No matter if,
He thought
no
I
matter
was
what their
having a
personal story is, we can always advance further along
hallucination
based on their connection to Dr.
caused by the
Dekker.
stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered.
I see.
Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they?
So is she seeing
Okay.
her dead neighbor? I don't know.
Have you been listening to me? Ask me
Kind of.
something about my problem.
What are you hallucinating.
That sounds like something.
Crap. I need to know how to spell the word hallucinate.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a...
2 L's.
That's not really... Sorry, I've not...
She wants to know if they found... yes, they have. I don't know, but we'll lie to her. Found Agnes.
Just one question at a time, please. I suppose I could... What? That can't be possible.
There we go. Her.
Is
Just...
that true? Why don't I know about it then? When was this then? Is she alive? Her useless husband is?
Useless husband that could have been home to prevent all this? I don't know where she is.
Keep asking.
Would neighborhood watch.
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes.
Yeah, that would be kind of a rough deal. I actually don't know if you have to do the apostrophes. I feel like I've left them out of so many contractions. But I don't know.
What? That can't be possible. Is that true? Why don't I know about it then? When was this then? Is she alive? No, I can't. She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Okay, yes, because I want to get closer to what she sees. What is the truth?
It killed them.
What?
It looks
It?
normal enough.
What?
A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman.
Uh-huh.
I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
Like windows. Like old school double glazing windows. Double glazing.
I don't know. I didn't answer the door.
Right.
That's not
So,
to nowadays.
I mean, it was
But I
probably a
watched
good
her go
idea.
to
You didn't want your
Agnes's.
throat slit.
Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
So first you said it. Now you said her. What happened then?
I suppose I could tell you, but I don't have all the gossip.
I feel like that's a
No,
generic I don't
didn't
know
answer the
response
door.
and not actually
That's
directed
not
at what
to
I asked.
nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
And that has to be when the throat was slit. Oh, yeah.
I was at Henley Church. They had a service that ran right up till midnight.
It's another person in Henley
For us
Church.
less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now.
That makes a total of 3 of our patients that were at the church on Valentine's Day.
Do you have someone, Doctor?
Huh.
Do you have a love in your life?
No, I don't have a love.
Garden club. You should come with me one night.
Are
It's
you
a
asking
lovely
me
way
on a
to
singles
meet new
night?
people.
Because that's not really the same as a date, so I mean, I guess it's good enough. There's that whole not dating your patients thing, but I feel like that's diverted if we're not actually going to date each other. No, she was not alive.
Have you been listening?
I wanna.
What?
I
That
feel
can't
like
be
I painted
possible.
myself in the corner saying that
Is that
Agnes was
true?
in fact alive. No, she was dead.
That's not real.
What happened?
I could only see
Bit of a
the
long
silhouette.
question, but
It
hey,
turned
if it gets us
from
forward.
person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa.
A woman with a
Snakes
bunch
for
of
a face.
snakes or...
And Agnes just...
The snakes come out of the
fell to
hair on a
floor.
Medusa. Snakes come out of the
Minutes later,
face
The woman left, smiling like the cat that got the
on a
cream.
Cthulhu.
That was the end of Agnes. That's... Sorry, I've not...
I'm curious
know.
whether she knows anything about these fossils. Or the artifacts or whatever relics you want to call them.
I'm not really...
That were found there that night. Because
I could
if
only
she was
see
there...
the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for a face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes. Keep asking.
You would think she would do that next. Oh, yeah.
Don't know much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet.
What, does he, like,
He
give you the
doesn't seem
death
too
stare,
bothered
the
she's
hate
gone
stare?
missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around.
But now
Now
he's just
they've
back
gotten
to
that
not really
stopped.
giving a shit.
If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
Think that the husband killed Agnes?
No. He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there.
So he'd probably
Constant
poison her
digging
or something
and
a little bit less
building,
direct than
pruning
slitting her
and
throat.
sawing.
Huh. Okay. Where did the Medusa go?
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need?
I don't know.
You're starting to sound like Doctor Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
I believe you. Nope. But that also cleared out the 2-star there.
No.
So...
He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building.
Like the National
pruning and
Trust.
sawing.
I assume that's a reference or a joke. Like the... sure, why not?
No, I can't.
Ah.
What a thing to say. Why would you say that?
Depends
I kept
on how
watching
long
the
and
front
how
door
wide
after
they
that
were.
saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave. And you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block.
And since they haven't found a body yet...
Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless... What a thing
Wait,
to say.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about
Why would
our
you say
own
that?
theories.
I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave. And you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless...
Ron hid the body?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think... I need to call the police. I need
Did
to
we
call
just
them
crack
now.
this fucking case?
but they won't listen to me.
I'll call the police. Give me
I
the
tried to tell
phone.
them about the monster, but they didn't believe me.
Who cares
They won't
about the
believe me
monster?
about
We
this,
found
I
the body,
promise
and then
you.
they can figure out what happened from there.
Please, could you call them, Doctor? Keep asking. I'm not really... No, I...
Oh my god. Yes, I'll call the police.
Thank you, Doctor. Now give me a pen and I'll write down the details for you. Don't you want to know why Dr. Dekker called me the leech lady?
Wait. What? So what? Your psychosis of seeing of hallucinating your dead neighbor isn't your only problem?
He said that I leech thoughts from people.
Oh.
Suck them right out of their heads. And I
Some
can
kind
put
of
thoughts in
empath.
there too.
Oh.
I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor?
Hmm.
I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
Did she do that? Is that what she did? Did she kill the wife to sleep with the husband? Oh boy. Oh boy. Just when I thought I found somebody who was relatively normal. Oh boy.
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck them right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too.
I want to hear
I'm
this
not
again. That was
clever,
super
am I,
creepy.
Doctor? I mean, it's not as
I
if I was having an
love the
affair
way
with
this game
Ron
does it.
and
The camera work is
Agnes was in
stellar.
the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
Shit.
Don't know. Have you been
You're
listening?
absolutely right, Sad Panda. I did call the police.
Doctor, you're so good. We're going to get on just fine.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. I just got played hard. Like a deck of cards. Holy shit. Oh, Lacey, you're good. I'm gonna have to bring my A game next time. Oh. She earned her money on this visit. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Mind blown. God damn it, Sad Panda. Dekker cards. Love it. Hello, Claire. How are you
It's the
today?
anniversary of my parents' death today.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I went to the Lakers,
And
I
how
was going to the
are
Lakers
how
anyway.
is your husband?
but it's also where they died.
Still in the rocking
I see
chair?
what you're trying to do. It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the Lakers. I always go to the Lakers anyway, but it's also where they died. I don't know. They
covered that
died
already?
of carbon monoxide
Okay.
poisoning.
Nope. New information.
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Lucky you.
Are you bored?
What did... There's something optional in here about... I'm
They
assuming maybe the
died
friend?
of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Do you think I killed my parents?
Maybe.
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doc.
Yes, I think you killed your parents.
Why? Because I stabbed my husband? That doesn't mean I killed my parents.
No, but it does mean you have a predilection to it. Maybe. And, I mean, Juno, she kind of did. Just not in the way that she thinks she did. Like, she thinks she's all, like, mental projection-y shit. But it's actually just powers of suggestion and breadcrumbing. It's very, mentalist tricky, you know?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died. I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9
I'm
or
assuming
10.
this is this time and it's not actually
She
the
was
answer to my
fishing.
question.
If you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
You mean a net? Did you talk to the little girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She
Good.
looked sad.
You did talk to her.
I don't
What did she
usually
say?
talk to children. But she seemed different. Special.
Like
I'm
yourself?
allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Yes, you are.
I don't have an answer. I don't know anything about that. Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human.
And isn't that
So
really
I
the
can
most
find her
important
and
part?
talk to her again,
The
Doctor.
connecting with humans. Wait, I'm sorry, I
Good.
missed the last part there.
It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
No. Don't talk to her again.
I don't mean I'm going to
Find a
hunt
different
her
child.
down. Just, if I see her, I'll talk to her again.
I guess that's fine. Just don't go and like seek her out.
It's the anniversary
That's a
of my
little
parents'
weird.
death
A little
today.
much.
I went to the lake house.
You're a
I always
28,
go to the lake house anyway.
30-year-old woman. Don't do that.
But it's also where they
Have
died.
your own children. Bug the shit out of them.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway.
Ah, yes. The old
day Dr. Dekker
question
was
about
killed,
Valentine's Day.
I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
That was the
Left
last time I
promptly
saw him.
after that. How did your last session go?
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
What?
I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
What the fuck does that mean? Were you sleeping with Dr. Dekker?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
An offer you couldn't refuse. That's normally what that means.
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited, even. He talked a lot.
About what?
Sorry.
I guess I'll have to be a little bit more specific.
Perhaps we should change the subject. You seem to be struggling.
No, not really, Harwood. They really don't, do they? Fine, let's go back to the little girl.
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the
shot
skins
something?
he hung around the lake house.
Oh, gotcha. So she was all caught up on death and shit. What? Skins.
I see what you're... Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really.
Yeah,
He's not
trophies
really
are
good at
trophies.
either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them.
Ooh, that's
I'm sure he'll get better with
That's-
practice.
less good. I think David does need a lot more practice. But what is he going to practice on other than... Oh, boy. How is David?
Sorry.
Better if I could spell. There we go.
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him.
He wasn't
I
out on
didn't
the
go
rocking chair
inside.
on the dock?
I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
Well, that's weird.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really
Does
need
somebody-
one if David is around.
Take it? I'm now very concerned about this spare key. You might want to find out more about that, dear. Also, we're going full greens with Claire, so hang on to your belts. Ooh, yeah, good question.
There's very little I'm not... I'm not sure. It was a
There we go.
faulty boiler, I think.
Interesting. Did you have anything to do with the faulty boiler?
Sorry, I don't...
How did the girl seem special?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me.
I think I called that out a
spent
couple
a lot
minutes
of time
ago.
alone as a child. She said she was
Were you
trying to catch some strange
sad and
creatures
alone?
that she's seen in the water.
Really? What did she see in the water?
I don't have an answer for you on...
Yeah, it would be nice if I knew. Was it a mermaid?
Are you bored?
Did... Even though he's a
Love?
pain in the ass, do you love your
Yes.
husband?
I suppose I always will. I
That's just such an ominous...
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Perhaps we should change...
No?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited even. He talked a lot. Instead of his
Bingo.
usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
Uh-huh. And how did that make you feel? Why do you think he had a date?
Sorry.
That's a very specific thing to pluck out of a conversation. Did he say he has a date? Did he talk about someone he was excited to see later? Like, how do you know that?
Because I might have infected her. Because if I am really delusional,
Like,
I don't know.
infected her with madness?
you say it's not contagious, but how can you be sure? I don't want to infect that little girl. Perhaps it's best if I stay away from her.
Perhaps so. You should stay away from her.
Perhaps we should change the...
I mean, a
It was
year
12
ago
years
today,
ago.
duh. Oh, 12 years
still
ago,
very young.
not just one.
Too young to
She
be
said
an orphan
anniversary,
anyway.
so I assumed
I
it
had
was
to
just a
toughen up
1 year,
quickly.
but a lot further back than that.
Sorry, It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly. I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
And so that's when you kind of became the cold ice queen that you are today. Very much noted.
I was a... Some tried to seduce
Anyone in
me.
particular
Some
that you want to
thought
talk
I
about?
wanted a new daddy.
Ugh,
Most
gross.
of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you. I was a young woman in... Yes, money. Everybody wants it, but what use is it really?
Actually, it's
me.
pretty fucking
I
useful to
happy?
me, honestly.
Am I loved? Am I living? I don't know anything about that.
Nope. Can't pursue that line. Damn. She was asking me questions, and I was like, can I maybe answer those questions? Make you feel a little better about yourself? No.
I don't know.
Not in this case.
I suppose she just reminded me of me. I don't have an answer for you.
That's where the expanding comes from in the first
She was a
question.
girl from my school. Vicky. Charlotte. It's not really important.
It might be, though, because it might come back up when we start seeing some of our other patients.
It's
Hi,
the
Claire.
anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway.
How did you get to the lake house? Nope. How did you meet David?
Met isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows, on
Really?
the periphery.
So
I
he...
move in very
found you.
exclusive circles. You tend to see the same faces.
Oh, I see. So he's another kind of bigwig and or high society member who kind of ended up just lounging along with.
Met isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows, on the periphery.
But that's
I
weird,
move
though.
in very I don't
And
move
why
in
would you
any
marry
circles
somebody like
anymore.
that?
Those people were my parents' friends, not mine.
Fair enough, I guess. Perhaps any of
I've
your
known
parents'
David
friends killed your
forever.
parents?
It seems like he's always been in my life, one way or another. It was a family friend.
Uh-huh.
It's different now, of course, to when I first met him. I felt like he was protecting me then,
So,
watching over me.
was David a friend of your
Nothing
parents,
could
and
hurt
how
me when
much
he was
older is
there.
David than you? This is weird.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there. I don't know.
Makes her feel the most. I feel like that trailing off of makes her feel the most, maybe a thing that we can latch onto. Were you close to your parents?
Yes,
Probably as close as
I
a
love
rich
my
kid
parents
can
very
be to their
much.
rich parents.
they were.
Oh,
Very
never
good
mind.
parents.
They were great parents.
It was hard letting them go. I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick. She lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before.
And that clears up why were your parents at the lake house.
I don't know.
Let's talk more about that
I
little
suppose
girl.
she just reminded me of me. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Yeah. I want to know more about the strange creature in the water.
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a
Yeah,
child.
one of those little guppies that has the clear sides and you can see all their innards and stuff. Eee, it's so gross. But I think that's almost everything. But she's still Amber. So what else you got? Oh, thought we'd already covered that.
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do. Valentine's
lake
Day
house
night,
with
I
David,
was at
huh?
the lake house, watching David, like I always do. He has trouble with his mental faculties and is getting worse. Yes.
Oh, I see. His dementia
I'll
is
watch him and
growing.
make sure nothing bad happens.
He doesn't hurl himself into the lake just to get away from you. Man. So, catching back up on what we've done so far, we have Lacey, who may or may not have killed her neighbor, and is having an affair with the neighbor's husband, and we just helped her call the police to report the murder and find the body. So then, why would she be trying to set up Ron as the murderer if she was having an affair with him, unless she doesn't want to have the affair anymore and she just wants Ron out of the picture completely? And then we have Jasmine. Very clearly nuts. And we caught up with Claire a little bit. Interesting. A deeper we will go, a deeper we will go. Diving into Elin and Mariana. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to take ourselves a short little break. But when we come back, we have 2 more patients left to take care of on this day. How much progress have we made in this act? 50% so far. Excellent. 25% overall. We are chugging right along. Give me back in. Beautiful. So, when we come back, more Dr. Dekker madness. Don't you dare go anywhere. You're watching this on twitch.tv/TimLeftwich or youtube.com/TimLeftwich as well. And I'm also watching the live chat over there. So if anybody happens to say anything on YouTube, hi. Hi over there watching me on YouTube. I see you. I see you over there watching me. You're welcome too. We'll be right back. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the green comfy couch. Sorry. My allergies have been just playing up real bad over the last couple of days. And so I'm hacking up a lung and I'm snotting out of every orifice I possibly can. But I'm here for you, the people. And I'm here for Dr. Dekker because this game's amazing. And we're gonna continue on with Elin. Hello, Elin, our angel of death. How are you today?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Someone
that.
accused
Did
me
you
of stealing from my
lose
patients,
another-
which I
Oh.
would never do.
So you
Plus,
didn't
Hilda's
lose a
getting
patient.
worse.
Oh, poor Hilda. Did you steal anything?
I don't know.
What? Wait. Stealing from patients.
I don't know.
Let's start there.
Are you happy, Doctor?
Don't try and change the subject. Yes, I am happy.
You seem happy. You have a very positive energy.
Thank you. I try and infect people with that positive energy to counteract the madness. But you can tell my energy? Do you read auras?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
And then about Helga.
I'm not.
Was it Helga?
I haven't had
What's
a
your
great
patient?
day,
Hilda.
to be honest. Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session.
Yes, I remember her.
She's dying. I can tell.
How
I
long
need
does
to
she
see
have?
her before it's too late. Sorry.
No, I've already asked about that.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session.
How can you tell?
I can sense it,
Bingo.
you know?
Right.
It's
As
like
if some sort
when
of divine message is coming
You're
down
outside
to you. Oh,
and there's
angel.
a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain.
Right.
It's like that.
I mean, I guess that's
always
fair
know
enough. People
when
are
one of my
sensitive to
patients is
barometric
fading,
pressures
even
and
before the doctors know. Their energy changes. Sounds
There's sort of
silly
a-
when I put it into
a
words.
finality
I
in
sound
the way
like
they
my
do
mum.
things. I mean, I guess I can kind of get where she comes from. It's still weird, but I get it.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session.
Uh-huh.
She's dying. I can tell.
So we've already asked
I
about
need
that.
to see her before. To
But
help
what about
her
the too
finish
late
her
part?
unfinished business.
Right.
People
fuck is
who
that?
are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Do you have any loose ends?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends.
At least so far.
I don't know what that says about me.
That anything you do is very final. A lot of death.
To help her
around.
finish her unfinished business. Hilda wants
What,
to
pray
see her
tell,
daughter.
is this unfinished business?
She's in Australia, so
It's a little bit
I'm
difficult
going
to
to
get
have
from
to use
England
my
to
talent.
Australia. Your talent?
I don't really have anything. I can change my skin.
Whoa.
What I look like.
What?
I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just
So now we got a
hold
shapeshifter
their
on our
hand
hands.
and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on.
Yeah.
That's how I comfort them.
I'm not so sure about that, my dear.
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. I feel like you're asking me questions.
No, I can't go
I
down
don't know
that
how it works.
snake way
I
right
just
now.
know that it does.
I really want to know what makes her so convinced that it works. Has she like looked at herself in a mirror when she's doing this changeling talent of hers?
I can change my skin.
That's fucking weird.
What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and
Did you feel Dr. Dekker was going to die?
yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day.
Huh.
3 o'clock, I think.
So you were
Just
one
a
of the
few hours
later
later,
appointments
he
in the
was-
day.
I still can't get over it. That's not really important. Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
Yeah, basically, Juno, this girl thinks that she, in fact,
I don't know how
can
it
change
works.
her face. You know,
Yes,
and the rest
I had
of
a
her.
session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's. Actually, I had a hot date.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date.
What
Different
was
to
the
what I'm
guy's
used
name?
to.
Was it Bryce? Was it Nathan? Was it Dr. Dekker?
I think we've got a bit off.
Maybe I should check my notes. They haven't been updated at all. Wait a minute. Bryce says Nathan was with a female student on Valentine's night. She's not a student, she's a nurse. Was his name Nathan?
I don't.
No, nothing there. Curious.
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know.
Was it the same
Dinner at
date
a nice
repeating over and
restaurant.
over and over again?
Then we went for a little walk along the pier, held hands, had a bit of a kiss.
Aww.
Then he called a cab, and I went home alone.
Sure. You sure about that?
It was I'm not. It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know. dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands. I feel like you're... That's not really...
It's not really important, unfortunately. What time did you get the cab? Establishing a timeline here.
I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm
Max.
sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to.
So we finally have a name for this hot date.
Alibi. I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date.
Right.
I don't think he's
And it seemed like it went pretty well, though.
I think we've got a bit of...
How is he not boyfriend material if you snogged him all night? Elin says to check with the taxi company to confirm her alibi. How would I check with the taxi company?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't
So you would
have
never do
any
it for personal
interest in
gain or
using
right
it
here
as
in
a
the
party
office to
trick
prove that it
or
actually
to
exists.
deceive anyone.
Wait. Are you changed right now?
I feel like you're...
Are you...
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them.
Are you shifted right now? That's what I want to know. Is this your real skin?
I only shift at work to help my patients.
Because I feel like that's
I don't have any interest in using it as a party
where
trick
that
or
look
to deceive anyone.
is going. Oh, yeah. Now we go back to the original root of her bad day. She was accused of stealing from her patients.
No. That's not really... I don't know. Sorry.
Oh my God, for real?
I'm not sure.
Oh. Not why. What? That changes the question completely.
Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice.
I remember her
one of
having
my
that locket the last time
patients,
she
gave it
came
to
in,
me
though.
before she died.
Also, it looks like that might be... Nope. I was going to say, is that the ambering of Elin? No, it's not. But we did get a new achievement there. Huh.
This.
Also a distinct possibility, Dari.
It started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
So tell me about Alice,
was
then.
one of my favourites. She never held back. Spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour. I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird.
All
They're
things
not
that
valuable, just trinkets, really.
wouldn't really be missed, and if she was any sort of klepto, would be very easy for her to take away in her patient's or her nurse's outfit, rather.
I have a few other things. A watch.
No, I don't think
A
so,
ring.
Harwood.
One
I don't
patient
think we have an Alice.
gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets. Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die.
Right. But if one is
But
bequeathed
Alice's
to you
son
because of the good
never
job that you
listed.
did,
He didn't care
who's
about his
to
mum.
turn that away, right?
Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewelry?
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't feel
Except you were
right to
breaking
me.
protocol and risking your job.
What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Yes, you are wrong to keep the locket.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
That is an excellent question, Juno. That is an excellent question.
The bond I have with my patients is not the same for the other nurses. They don't.
No, I'd
have
imagine
my
not,
special
especially if they
talents.
aren't willing to give you all these various trinkets and things.
This? Well, it's... That's not really important.
We've already asked her about the locket and led
This?
us on to the other trinkets, but
Well,
what?
it started with this. It's a locket.
Could it be what's inside the
Alice,
locket?
one of my...
I want to know what's inside of that fucking thing. I have a feeling that's going to come around later on. Did she
Dekker
shift to
almost
help Dr.
certainly
Dekker?
had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die.
But you did.
It's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
So, but you weren't able to help him as you normally do.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died. I don't know. Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
It'll end up being the exact portrait of what the replacement doctor looks like. I mean, we know now his name is Max, but now we
He's
can at
really
least get the
sweet,
connecting statement over
but
there.
I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
Not your type. So what is your type?
I feel like you're...
Elin's accused of stealing. I already asked that question, though. I guess that note came around a little while ago, maybe. But there's still more in this Valentine's Day session about
I don't know how
her
it works.
date.
I just know that it does. I think we've got a bit off track. Yes, I had a session with Doctor Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it. No. I didn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. He's my therapist. I would just be wrong.
Except you're lying out of your teeth. Interesting. So it seems as though maybe Dr. Dekker was dating one or two of his patients. You remember Claire was kind of hinting at that earlier.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick. I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many.
0. That's how many you shifted. But that takes care of how does it comfort them. So we're making progress. Was she lying? Oh, duh. I thought that she was referring to somebody
I
else.
didn't
No,
lie.
she was referring to her.
I'm really not interested in dating anyone. I
You just wanna
went
go out and
with
have a
Max
good
as
time.
Favor for a friend.
What?
Like I said,
How-
it wasn't anything serious.
How is going on a date with somebody a favor for a friend?
I don't. I haven't
There's
had a
still
great
something
day, to
all
be
the way
honest.
back here.
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Nope, I already asked about Hilda. Okay, does it hurt when you change your skin? Every time.
No, it doesn't
Snick,
hurt
snick.
at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes. or
That's not what
something.
you've been saying this whole time. Oh, God. Who accused you? Oh,
Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing.
of course it was
One of the
Terry,
other
stupid
nurses.
Terry.
She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
HSK? The hell is that?
Healthcare serial killer.
Oh.
You know, like
Oh,
those nurses
this
that kill
angel
loads
of
their
death that you were
patients.
talking about earlier.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
Are you sure you haven't been killing them off? Because I'm starting to think you might be killing them off.
No, it
Huh.
doesn't hurt at all.
Interesting.
I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something. I think we've got a bit off track.
Good question. Why were you given the locket?
It was the one thing she held on to right until the end. Her most treasured possession.
So then why give it to you? What
She
did
said
you
she
do
wanted me
for
to
her?
have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes.
You do if it's against your policy and it's considered theft.
No.
She has 2 questions left. I have no clue.
Yes, I had a session with Doctor Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think.
Izzy the Lizzie. Love it. Love it,
Just a few
Queen.
hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
No, maybe not. Why is it an illusion?
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
No, I don't. So are you like a channeler? Are you channeling their loved ones? It seems maybe that way. But now we're down to 1. Did you-
Yes.
Correction. Down to 2.
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously,
don't
I
ever let
can't
go then.
see myself, but I feel it leave me, if you get what I mean. I feel like you're...
Nope, it's probably not ghosts. How was Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day?
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
He seemed to be in a good mood.
Excited, we've heard,
It didn't
even.
seem like anything was bothering him.
Right.
That's not really important. Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
That's 3 times she used the word seem in a row. It's a lot of covering up she's trying to do. You sure about that? There's no way that would get an answer. Why was Dr. Dekker in a good mood?
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
I think that's literally what you pay him for, my dear, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. What did...
My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right?
Yes.
So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because
she can
she got a
sense it,
message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
Until someday you can take some of her things and then her life. Huh. Ooh. That's a good point, Queen. That is a very, very, very good point. I put in she, meant to say you.
It only lasts for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection.
Why would it need that kind of connection?
We talked about
Also, we're down to
families,
one.
I think. Our mums.
Dr. Dekker's mum.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum
Bingo.
had a few
This
issues.
is the other half of that question.
That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just
He had problems
him
too,
asking
and
me questions and analysing
it's very
me.
unprofessional of him to be
He
discussing it with
talked
his
about
patients or
himself
whatever.
as well.
Doesn't that seem like he wasted your time? What else did he say about himself?
Mainly he talked about being a therapist. He said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts.
Uh-huh.
He said not all of them were as enlightened as me.
Yeah, some of them are actually having real problems. And you just happen to think that you are a changeling and can help patients as they go off into the other. But really, you're just gaining some financial this lady. What issues did Dr. Dekker have with his mother?
I'm not sure I should talk about that.
No, you should.
Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality? I don't really have... So,
Crap. It's not really a thing, is it? What do you mean by... I guess I can't elaborate on that because you see here, this doesn't have a star or anything next to it.
well, you know, I know what I can do is special.
And
I
what?
see
You
it as a
you
good
use
thing.
your powers for good is what you're
But
saying.
Apparently, some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
Did he now? Huh. I wonder if somebody resented that remark at some point. And that may be why he's dead now. But anyway, that takes care of another patient. Elend's done. And now we get to spend some time with Mariana. Beautiful. Save the best for last, as they say. Hello, Mariana.
I haven't been back to
How
the
are you
beach
today?
since our last session, and no blackouts.
That's
New doctor
wonderful.
and new hope.
She's making
much
progress.
better
Finally,
behaved
one of
than
our
Dr.
patients is
Dekker.
actually having success.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Yeah, I thought that's what she said, Queen. That's the main reason why I went back and played that. Better behaved?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
No, it's not. And
Don't
that's
ask
definitely
me. I don't
confirmation
know.
on something that we knew already.
I think her name was Scarlett? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
Wait. Her name was We don't know Dr. Dekker's first name. Could it be Ron? By chance?
You're confusing me.
It's a simple question, dear. Did
Just
you date Dr.
ask me
Dekker?
one thing. We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said
The
it
night
was
of his
a
murder?
breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to
so
be.
you did go out with him at some point. I'll never tell. Jesus. Oh, yeah.
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day.
And so you
It
figured you might
wasn't
as
a
well
date
cut
or
loose a
anything.
little bit.
I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange.
And so,
He just didn't seem right.
did you want
I
to
wanted to find out what was wrong.
help him fix that a little bit? Oh, you dear girl, you. Getting caught up in all this madness. What was wrong with him? Did you ever find out anything?
Sorry, say.
No, I guess not.
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but
How did you persuade him? I'm
I
very
know,
scared to ask
it's
this question.
pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
Bad. Bad. Let's get back on track. Did you just go out for drinks?
Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
She's playing a lot more with that necklace this session than she did last time, and I tried to ask her about it before, but let's try again.
I don't. Sorry, no.
Nothing. Did you black out while with Dr. Dekker? No. Maybe, but
We went
that's
out for
not the way to
drinks.
get to that answer.
Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be. I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile. Lots of people find me
Bingo.
attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful.
What? Was it in the ocean? Was it while
Makes
you're
me
blacked
feel
out?
dull by comparison.
What did you see?
Don't know. It's cold in here.
Well, you might want to try putting on some more clothes.
Lots of people find me attractive,
Or
but
not. It's up to you.
I've seen
I'm no judge.
something truly beautiful.
Saw something truly beautiful.
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well
What
yet,
is
Doctor.
this thing?
Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Sorry to
Oh
cut
my
you,
God.
Doctor.
Hi,
I've just had a phone call
hi.
from a
Jesus.
solicitor. Ben's
I
trying to
was
sue us
I
for
was off
nervous
in my
shock.
own little world, and
Shall
then
I
suddenly
go and see
Jaya.
him to talk it
A
out,
pleasure to
or
see
shall
you
I
as
find a
always, but
solicitor to
Jesus,
represent us?
at least knock or
Sorry to
something,
be
woman.
pushy, I just think we should act quickly before it's too late. Okay, well, just let me know.
Crap. I was too busy freaking out over her breaking in on my session to hear exactly what she had to say. What did she say?
I have a recurring dream where I find
Is it going to break in
something
again at the same answer?
beautiful in the sea.
I hope it does. Please do that.
But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Do it. Nope. Fuck. Then I guess we'll get to her in just a moment then, and I'll figure out exactly what it was she said, but I totally missed that. Shit! And unfortunately, I don't think there is a way to replay that right now. Maybe it's some
I
point in
haven't
the
been
future.
back to the beach
Anyway.
since our last session, and no blackouts, new doctor, and new hope.
Or maybe we should go back over to Jaya. She was saying that it's pretty important.
Hey you, thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
It's okay. It's a process, dear. We can go through it together.
Oh, I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay. Grief can be very difficult.
So, should
Sometimes
I
we have
get
a
a
hard time
solicitor or shall we
processing all
try
this
and talk it
information.
out with him?
And it just ends up bouncing off of us more than actually
So,
soaking
should
in.
I get a solicitor or shall we try and talk it out with him? I don't know.
Crap.
I think we should get a solicitor.
Cool.
I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all. Don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it.
Killing a doctor in his own office. I mean, who would do that? Who would do that? No, like, for real, who would do that? Because I really want to know who killed Dr. Dekker. It's kind of important.
Oh, I don't really know where to start. It hadn't even been a year.
Since
He was
you
a quiet,
started working
solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be.
here? Right.
His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I
Did
mainly
he ever
miss
seem
our chats.
weird? Did he ever...
He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did.
No. You definitely shouldn't have heard.
What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say.
I
You can
like
ask
them.
me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Fine. What do you think of the patients? I would
Most
love to
of the
know your
patients
opinion
are
of them, Jaya.
suspects, according to the police.
Yeah?
Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates. But Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them.
Dirty. So if he didn't introduce them to you, what did he talk about?
It's very interesting that you asked me that.
It's not the right way to ask that. Why did you and Dr. Dekker work late?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things.
I'm sure
he was
you would.
preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because I thought Dr. Dekker liked chaos.
I don't know anything. I can't help. Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Something at Henley Church, maybe. No? It's possible, Dari. I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right. I did not think about that.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably...
Damn.
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
To be fair, he did see something pretty brutal, so, you know, maybe a little coddling goes a long way in these situations. Would you like to be coddled? Sorry. Patterns.
Mainly he
Patterns
was
that we noticed
searching
amongst
for
our
a common
patients.
experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Can I see the letters?
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters...
Please. I would love to see them.
He was sure there was a pattern in them.
I want to do the thing where I put them all up on the wall and, like, I'll do a whole bunch of red string in between them with thumbtacks and shit. That would be great. Of course, I'll keep it covered up when the patients are in here. We don't want them seeing all my dirty secrets.
He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be.
Did you... As a patient? No. Okay, just gonna let that painting get adjusted. Who had a session on Valentine's Day? God, this game makes it real difficult to focus.
Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11, and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled.
Really?
You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home, though, so I don't actually know who came in.
So
Dr.
you
Dekker
didn't come
did
into work
phone
that
and
day.
ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Why would he have called Nathan about the repeating days, maybe? Was Nathan going through a loop? Why would Dekker need Nathan's phone number? Nope. What do you think about Nathan?
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Tom? Who's Tom? Is Tom another patient that's having a loop day?
Tom was a quiet mess. Like
Very
Nathan.
good point, Rocky.
Youngish,
Heels
in
are
his early
not
20s.
comfortable at all.
He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby. Tom liked to base jump. That's
Oh.
basically falling from a
weird
huge
hobby, it's
building
just
or mountain and pulling your
weird if you're not
parachute
all that
before you
into
hit
it.
the ground.
You don't like heights.
He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker
Oh.
tried to talk
Oh.
him out of it, but Tom
Okay.
had to prove his point. So one day,
And what happened?
Tom decided to base jump
Tom.
without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
Did Tom fly? Tom died.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly.
What?
Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
How is he hit from a rock further up? I don't. What?
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
You can still say goodbye, Jaya. It's okay. Who do you wish? Oh, yeah, I guess there were a lot of people she could have said goodbye to here.
I liked Tom. I never got to say goodbye.
No.
I did with Dr. Dekker though, so I suppose that's some closure.
What? You didn't come into the office that day.
Dr. Dekker tried to fire me, not
Oh.
long before his murder, so
Oh.
we got to say what we wanted to say then.
Really?
I've got the termination letter somewhere.
So,
It's not going to stick, obviously. Professor Alderby and the Trust will overrule it, but it's nice to know what he felt about me.
so he tried to fire you, and now that firing's not gonna happen, right? Let's spend some more time together, Jaya.
Hadn't even
Let me see this termination letter of yours. 13th of February. I regret to inform you that your services are no longer required. Please clear out your desk. That's not anything. Fuck. But it happened on the 13th. So not long is the day before he died.
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
But I had heard he liked chaos. So something changed then, because Dr. Dekker did not always sow these seeds of discord, as he's clearly been with his patients over the last couple of weeks. So... I know. Of course it would be, Dari. I always like the evil ones. What happened to Dr. Dekker's... Whoa. Oh. We can ask her about that? What happened to Dr. Dekker's glass in the video?
It smashed.
Uh-huh. How? Fucking... Oh my god! Are you serious? How?
Sorry, Doctor.
Did it float?
I'm not trying to...
Did the glass float? You stank hussy! How dare you tease me like that and not give me the information that I seek? Oh, can I ask her about all the patients?
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her.
I think it's the
Maybe
necklace.
that's what a trendsetter looks like.
What do you think of Bryce?
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things
He's very
overrun,
nervous.
he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes.
Oh, yeah, because we heard
he's
from
not
the...
the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Because he was undressing Jasmine when he met her at the art gallery, I believe.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sorry.
Try it again.
I don't know.
Nope.
I think you might be barking.
Nope.
Elin seems like a lovely
Here we go.
person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Trust me, she has every right to be here. And I think that may be about everybody, unless I'm forgetting a patient. What do you think of Dr. Alderby? Alderby.
Professor Alderby is
Bingo.
a trustee. Did I not mention that?
Wait, what? So, like, what? He's on the board for this place?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever
How?
heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient
I see.
to test
So he's a
Dr.
part of the
Dekker.
board who's
It's
supposed
just a
to
thing that he
evaluate
does. I'm sure he'll come and
psychiatrists.
visit you at some stage, so please play along.
Okay, fine. I will. It'll be fun. Nope. I already did that one. Cool. Well, let's say we just come right out and say it. Have you heard of Cthulhu?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just... So you watched the
Bingo.
tapes? Ah, gold star for you. Claire seems to be
Claire, that's the one
shaken
I forgot.
by something.
It was Claire.
Now, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else.
Yeah, she
It's a
kind of
bit
does.
rude, isn't it?
It is rude.
I
Thank you
can't
for
help
noticing.
you with...
Why would Alderby need to test Dekker? That is a good
Test
question.
is the wrong word.
Evaluate.
More like gently guide.
What?
Professor Alderby had a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really
Dekker was a
helps
young
them
psychiatrist?
focus on where the problems
I always got the
are.
impression he was an older gentleman.
I think I'm going to get into trouble now.
No, I think Dari was talking to me, Queen. Because I did a couple of times. Do you believe what Alderby said?
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
What do you believe?
I think you might be barking. I don't know.
Nope. Damn.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, I'm trying to type quickly
This practice is
because
owned by a trust.
we're live on a stream. And I'm
They
trying to
make all the
go
money
fast,
and
but
leave me to
my
make
fingers
all
are
the
not quite
decisions,
that deft. I
which
imagine
generally
that if
means
you
making
tried to
lots of money.
take
I
the
headhunted
words
Dr.
per minute
Dekker.
of doing this game,
And you?
headhunted me.
I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here. Now I've got a flair for recognizing
What?
the extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary.
What happened to the doctors before us?
Sorry, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Can you call the taxi company?
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour. I've recruited... It's very interesting that you asked me that.
Oh,
Not
really?
something I
Really
can
sad
answer,
panda.
though.
Because I'm also trying like hell not to look down at the keyboard, which is most of what I do, because really then you'd just be looking at this the whole fucking time. And so I'm actually getting better at typing by
Both
playing
Cambridge
this game.
graduates,
By
both
forcing
top of the
myself to type
class,
correctly and use
both
my home keys.
pliable, obedient slaves
All
to
the
my
things they
every
tried
whim.
to teach me back in elementary school that I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention
that
to.
last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
I was too busy playing Math Blaster.
Both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class, both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim. Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
Yes. Yes, I will. Anyway, what else do you have to talk about? What? No, you won't be breaching. This is a big one.
Oh, don't be such a... It's just between us two.
Don't be such a stickler for the rules. Okay. Then that greens out Jaya. Huh. Oh yeah. No, trust me. I remember Mavis Bacon. I spent way too much time dealing with my tests there, and actually... I remember there were times where I would try and cheat that system by simply looking down at my hands, and then I wouldn't realize that I made a mistake. And I would have typed like 15 letters past the one where I fucked up, and it wouldn't actually let you continue on typing. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst. Okay. So now that we've taken a moment for Jaya, who lovely interjected herself into my session, let's dive back in with Mariana, if you'll pardon the nautical pun.
I have
You were telling me about something beautiful that you saw in your dream.
Beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
But she's not going to tell us anything more about that, but it is a 2-star question, so I have to ask a little bit more at least. What was the term that she used? Something beautiful in the sea. Nope. What?
Wouldn't you like to know? Is our session up now?
Nope. Still got another 45 fucking minutes. Sit right there. Where do you think you're going?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
Well, good. Absence makes the heart grow fonder and less crazy.
You
Is
do
there something that
a
maybe
lot
we
if you're
can
gonna
do?
miss it. I suspect I'll go back there soon, but
Maybe we can build a beach
help with
inside your house.
blackouts.
That would be cool, right?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and
There's something else here too.
no blackouts. New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved. A hope
great
for
movie.
cure, of course.
Ah, right. A cure for your
I
madness.
want to stop having blackouts. I want to be able to remember. I want you to fix me.
She's like the one person that I actually feel sorry for in this game. All the other people's crazy is like possibly going to kill me crazy, but I actually want to help her. Poor Mariana.
We went out for
Poor
drinks.
Maritime Mariana.
Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be. You know, like a breach of ethics or something. Girl doesn't ask for details.
No one said you insist on going out for a date. That's fair enough, I guess. What were you doing on Valentine's night?
I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day.
Nothing at all.
I washed my hair.
Did you have a
and
session?
then I walked along the beach
Did you
for
cancel
the
your
whole
session?
night. It's actually true. I saw one of your patients, actually. The nurse. She was on the pier with
Oh,
someone.
right. Yeah, she was having a
Pretty
date.
much all of the night, too. So I can vouch for her, even though she probably didn't see me.
No, I say, so she wouldn't be able to vouch for you. And that brings us to an Amber state on Mariana. But of course, we're not done here. Amber is not enough. How many times did you go out with Dr. Dekker?
We only went out for drinks that one time.
Okay, so it was just the one day.
I didn't do anything
Also,
on Valentine's
wait.
Day. I washed
What
my
said
hair,
Panda?
and then I walked along
There's-
the beach for the whole night.
Yeah, there's
It's
not
actually
one
true.
killer?
I saw one of your patients, actually. The nurse.
You're
She
probably
was
right, Queen.
on the
It
pier
probably
with
was me.
someone.
There's a good chance that I did it.
Pretty much all of the night, too, so I can vouch for her. No idea. Is that
No?
clueless?
I feel like we already kind of
People
touched
are
on that.
quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
At least not anymore. Just that one date that happened one time, and what else
People
were
are
you?
quick to put labels
to each
on
other?
everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but no idea.
Ah!
I've danced around in my living room, but
That's
no
that's
clubs
actually
since last
really,
time.
really cool. I did
I
not
like
realize
dancing
that.
around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
Me too. It's a good time.
I've danced around in my living room,
But
but
no clubs. Okay, good. I mean, I feel like it's making us ask towards that question, right?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
No, you sick, sick summer child. I'm not offering.
Sorry. It sounded like an offer to me, Doctor.
Just checking. I'm doing my job, ma'am.
Don't ask me.
What is your necklace?
Don't know.
Nope, still can't ask about that. You look cold.
It's a bit chilly in here. The leather's not warm either.
I guess that's true. A cloth couch would be better suited to this environment. Interesting. Interesting. She did say, is there? She's gonna try and adjust my buttons, isn't she?
You've a button undone.
Which one? A good one? I think she might.
No idea. Is that a dance move?
No, it's a pickup line. Come on, babe, get your head in the game. Oh, that's funny as shit.
Some girls say that they're washing their hair when they don't want to go out, but I was genuinely washing my hair. Do you think my hair is pretty, Doctor?
Yes, I think your hair is pretty. She does have confidence issues,
Such
you know?
a mess. But thank you.
Like, we're not flirting, we're just being supportive.
Some girls say that
And
they're
she's also
washing
trying
their
to
hair when they
distract
don't
us
want to
from
go
the
out,
issue at
but I
hand.
was genuinely washing my hair.
Do you have any proof? What kind of shampoo do you use?
No idea.
Do you use conditioner?
Sorry, say.
Coconut oil? How do you keep it so fresh? You like dancing in underwear?
Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point yet.
I didn't want to ask about that, but thanks, Mariana. Made me feel like a giant creep. Giant creep. Oh. Why do you feel the need to ask if your hair is pretty?
I'm insecure, Doctor.
So, okay. I actually do have a question that wouldn't be any kind of spoiler or anything, and now it's gone. Fuck. Shit.
Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point.
There's something about...
I'm insecure, Doctor. Isn't it obvious? Dr. Dekker did date his patients.
What was it that I was going
Not
to
me.
ask?
I'd never
Shit.
agree. A drink is
I can't
not
believe it just
a
went
date.
away that quickly. No, it's gone. It'll come back to me in a little bit.
Dr. Dekker did date his patients. Not me. I'd never agree. A drink is not a date.
You're not the first person that we've heard that from.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering.
If I can defend myself,
he
apparently
wanted to
since
push
I'm
me over the
totally
edge.
snared, it really doesn't help that the subtitles are inconveniently located for focus problems, okay? I think that's probably the nicest, most gentlemanly way I can put that.
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
You're talking about Tom.
Don't ask me. No.
How does she know about Tom?
It's Scarlet with 2 T's. Pretentious.
Oh boy. Oh! I remember what I was going to ask now. Sorry, I was looking at the question list and thinking back to what I was going through in my head there. I finally remembered
I'm not sure
it.
how
So
this
it
therapy
seems
thing
like
works, but
in
if
order
you're
to
talking
get
to a guy
all of
who
the
wants to jump
greens,
off a cliff, don't tell him
you would have
jump.
to take some pretty big logical leaps to do it without using the hints. So, like, is it almost a necessity to use the hint system if you're gonna try and get all the greens? Like, I feel like we could probably get through all the amber states without using any hints. Like, that's pretty straightforward, for lack of a more confusing term about how windy a lot of the conversations have been here. But it seems like if you want to get all greens, you're gonna have to give up the ghost on not using the hint system a little bit. So I'm wondering if that means you're gonna have to do multiple playthroughs to get a run that you don't use the hint system at all and get the achievement for that. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that.
Special power? You haven't mentioned a power before.
I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf. I said I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay. Thank you for
What
fucking with
is
me.
it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me?
I have to ask, okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mariana, that I have to ask in order to complete the game. I'm sorry I offended you. Thank you for playing along. That one gave me a giggle. Why do you... Oh. Do you feel... She might not have been talking about Tom when she said that.
No idea.
Yeah, basically, Sad Panda. It's a... Like I mentioned to the actress playing Jaya on Twitter, I said, look, it's the game telling me to ask you what you're doing on Valentine's Day, all right? It's not my fault. It's not all my fault. Oh, I did.
It's just an example.
There we go.
I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff.
And that was our final answer. Whew. Beautiful. We're making some good damn progress. And I guess all that's left for us to do is to hit this damn continue button, which we're gonna do right after this break. Oh, yes, I know, I'm a cock-teasing son of a bitch, but you know what? I learned from the best. As our patients here are just slowly teasing that information out, baby. But it's okay. We're gonna take ourselves a short break, and when we come back, we're gonna press that handy little button right here, have another hour or so of Doctor Dekker, and then we're gonna take a short break. Well, we'll switch over to Persona 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't you dare go anywhere. You're watching this on twitch.tv/TimLeftwich or youtube.com/TimLeftwich. Hi, YouTube, I still see you. We'll be right back. Bye. Hello there, my little decadents. Shall we dive back into where we left off? And click this handy dandy little button here? Yes, I am short. Thank you! Thank you so much for adding that in. Oh my god, thank you so
David
much.
Hunt,
I can change my skin.
then Skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
on
phone.
Valentine's Day.
And ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to
So,
I'm allowed to talk to her.
are we
aren't
supposed
I?
to be
He was
kind of looking for
preoccupied with
patterns as
finding-
well?
Photographs.
Patterns?
I noticed that there's a
Chair.
lot
I haven't
of
been
talk
back
about
to the beach
dates.
I had a bit of a shaky
I mean,
look
maybe
I'll
because it's
find
just Valentine's
something.
night and that's what you do
Set
on
fire.
Valentine's Day, but
In the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said
there's a lot of
Dr.
emphasis on
Dekker
who
cursed
was
me.
with
Didn't
whom
weigh
that
enough
night.
to have a body in it.
And Act 3 begins.
Doctor, you surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force?
No,
Nah,
you
it's
didn't.
not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about
Beautiful.
the patient you're seeing today. Claire. I'll put them both on the desk.
What's going on with Claire?
And thanks for the grief counselling.
Ah, her arrest
by the way.
report.
It's really been helping. You know, I'm
glad you're
I'm
feeling
so
better.
glad you're here.
Aw. Nice little hug. Act 3. Wait. So general assassin tactics. The best way to get somebody is to get in close like that. While you're hugging them, while they have your body distracted with other touches. That's when you can pickpocket. It's the easiest time to inject somebody with something. Drop something in a drink. And all of that leads back to the title of this act, Spiked. I'm sorry. Now I'm just kind of suspicious of everybody. I didn't want to be suspicious of you, Jaya. Why, Jaya? Why? Ah! I love this game. Anyway. Good old Professor Warwick. We'll hold off on that. I know where that's going. We'll wait. I want to look at this crime scene report. First name redacted, Doctor Dekker. The victim was located in his office, seated on a chair behind the desk, soaked in blood with an obvious chest wound. He was murdered with a paper spike. What you would stab receipts onto, basically. A 150 millimeter long protrusion from the approximate region of the victim's heart. Okay. Estimated liver temperature puts the time of death between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. Note that the victim's body was discovered at 10:20. So it was fairly fresh, is what it means. Exsanguination due to punctuation of the left anterior descending coronary artery. So they stabbed him right in the fucking heart. Like, they didn't miss and just happened to, like, nick an artery or something. They stabbed him right in the heart. Death would have occurred within minutes, is what that last little line there says at the end. And then there's no scrolling up or down to get there. Okay. So what about Claire and her arrest record? To the best of my knowledge, the statement is true. On the 9th of November is when this is dated. At, let's see, 2040 would be what? 8 o'clock? 8:40? On the 8th of November, myself and this officer responded to a call received from a neighbor. Oh. We arrived at the address and knocked on the door, but there was no reply. We examined the rear of the property and gained entry through the insecure patio doors. We entered the property, announced ourselves, searched the premises, entering the dining room, saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both persons were drenched in blood, and there was a substantial amount of blood on the carpet, walls, and furniture. This woman, I asked the woman to put her hands on her head, which she did. She secured a female. They checked the man for signs of life, but found none. I asked the woman if she identified herself as Claire Castleford. She said the dead man was David Castleford, her husband. I asked what had happened. She said she killed him. She admitted to it right there on the spot. Following a search that revealed no one else was there, they arrested her on the spot and then cautioned her and placed her in the back of the police car, transported her back to the station, yada, 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 yada. Wow. So, like, on the day of the incident, Claire straight up admitted that she killed her husband. Which she hasn't, I mean, she's been very blunt about this whole time, but why is she not in jail?
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again.
Because he's not dead.
The one I told you about. She was playing outside. I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about. She was playing outside. Try asking me something. didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy.
Panda,
I
are you
just
gonna actually
watched
make
her
me
from the
cry?
bedroom window. She'd caught a fish.
Oh, nice.
She was holding it in her hands.
What kind of fish?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her.
Huh.
One,
Would she have like the hand in her
three,
mouth
four,
or something?
five. Once I caught a fish alive.
The fuck was that?
I
Sorry,
wasn't
there were
close
no
enough
subtitles,
to
so I
see,
didn't hear
but
it.
for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her.
Uh-huh. It didn't repeat the second part of that. Interesting.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything.
So what are you gonna do about it?
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
You admitted to killing your husband.
Think, Doctor, think.
There's nothing else in here about Claire. Let me just look back at the arrest record. Oh, you know what? I guarantee you that all of these underlined statements are the key words that you need to type in about this report. I guarantee it. Dead man.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
The coroner says
But
that
he's
David
still
is
alive.
dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Okay. So the David that she's seeing might not be real. Oh, I'll bet
You
this is
tell
real
me.
fun for you, Dari.
What could possibly explain that? Sorry. David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life. As you'd
What?
expect. He was scared. He didn't
How
want me
did
to
you
go
bring
near
him
at
back to
first,
life?
which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a
you
big
only
talker
brought back
before,
part of
but
him.
even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me. David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
How could there be a funeral if David isn't dead?
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face.
Uh-huh.
You should ask him.
I wish that was in the notes now, because we definitely, was it Bryce? Or was it Nathan? One of them definitely told us about being a pallbearer in the funeral. So we may have to come back to that question once we find out more from Bryce or Nathan, whichever one it
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even I don't know what you're after.
I mean, I guess that's something we could ask her about. What do you know about the paper spike used to kill Dekker?
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon.
I know, it's
I
kind of
suppose if it
unwieldy
went
at the base.
directly into the heart, it might work. Or
Which is
through his
exactly what
eye,
happened.
Or perhaps through the air into his brain.
Bryce. Okay,
Or was
gotcha.
it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder?
Oh my
Do you know
god,
that,
Dari. I had completely forgotten about that. You're 100% right.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the air into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? You sound confused.
It wasn't. Oh, it was messy. It was messy.
I don't know.
We'll hint it out in just a minute. Bryce said there was no body in the coffin.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult. Unless you pay the right people.
I see. Who did you pay?
That's not relevant here.
How much did you pay?
That's not relevant here.
Okay.
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship.
I see.
Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly.
Also, this cutscene
I
has
grabbed the
subtitles.
nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So, I fixed him. I'm getting tired of all these questions. He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
I did ask him, and that led us down an interesting path. What do you mean by fixed him?
It was about a week later.
Uh-huh. What did you do?
I brought David back to
What
life.
kind of juju did you do so well?
Not with voodoo. Not with virginal sacrifice.
Clearly.
I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible. But only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Interesting. So he never went into the ground.
It was about a week later.
And I mean,
David
he was
back to
above
life.
ground for a week.
Not with voodoo.
That's gonna
Not with
reek
virginal
after a while.
sacrifice.
Well,
I
after
just
about day 2.
willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible. I don't understand what you're getting at, Doctor. Think, Doctor, think.
I mean, we know the
Bryce
answer to
was
this
a
question.
pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe.
Did Bryce help smuggle the body?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
No. Maybe. Probably, but maybe. Okay, so let's go on a different route here. See if we can't get there through a different path. Blood.
It's a messy business, stabbing someone.
Right.
You'd
like
imagine
Dr.
that it
Dekker's
would
murder.
be like slicing into a pie with all the filling just slowly oozing out, but it's so
The
much more
body's
dramatic.
under a lot of
like
pressure, and
popping a
sometimes if
cork
you
of
hit the
a
right
bottle of
place, it
champagne.
actually can spray a good
Blood
bit.
sprayed everywhere.
And I know about these things, Sad Panda, because it was my job to know about these things for a while. I did a lot of special effects makeup and well, special effects in general, and so that replication of that sort of stuff put me on a lot of fucking Google watch lists. Not gonna lie to you.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Let's simplify
I
a
don't
little
know,
bit.
Doctor.
No? What else is on that report? Steak knife. Why a steak knife?
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
I guess that's fair. Crimes of passion are pretty quick.
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really... I didn't plan to kill my husband. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. What? I didn't plan to kill my husband.
Time and place.
It was a spur-of-the-moment
Give me a time
thing.
and place.
What is it with men and affairs? Is that why they have a shorter average lifespan?
Which leads me to, were you seeing Dr. Dekker?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
I feel like we might have already covered that, and I'm just retreading old ground at that point. Maybe. Is the neighbor in
My
that
neighbors seem
account
far more interested in my business than they are their own.
the one that died?
The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
Probably should have. Who lived in that house?
Try asking me something.
Because they're the keywords that are important. They're underlined in the game world because the police report would have had things, important ideas, important sentences, really, in sections kind of marked out by whatever reporting officer was reading the report. For the purposes of us, it's telling us that all of the ones that have one line are probably just the optional, the 1 star. And then we actually have to ask her about murder because it's double underline, which probably is the same thing as a double star if I had to guess. Game logic I just sometimes I just key in to exactly what people are trying to get at. I guess that already counts. Cool. What else? I mean, yes, that's exactly what she's claiming, but let's go ahead and clear this out.
I don't know. Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it.
No, no.
I think
coming back from the dead always has very bad,
like, I'm an evil necromancer,
bad
raising things from the dead.
Consequences.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't... Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil
Do you think you are evil?
I don't know what you're after. I'm getting tired of...
Nope. I tried to simplify it as much as possible.
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Why didn't you heal him?
That's not relevant here. I'm afraid I don't know the answer. I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches. Sorry. Try asking me. I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers. Yeah. Which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to
corroborate your story.
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder. To lessen my
I feel like I can declare you closer to temporarily insane now. And also the immediate
for future.
Otherwise.
You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
You killed your husband. Yes, I think you are a killer. You literally admitted to it.
I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him a bit. And although he was dead for
Best
a week,
excuse ever. Best legal excuse ever. If you're in court, say, I only stabbed him a little bit.
Was I temporarily insane?
No, you are permanently insane.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that.
Good.
Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Doctor Dekker did.
What?
Think, Doctor, think. Use your brain. Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my electability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once
Told
he
you to
presented
bring
me
David
with a dead
in, maybe?
mouse. and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly.
No, of course not. Yeah,
He changed
reanimating
his
is not
mind
just
about
something
me
you do
eventually.
willy-nilly. Not something you do at all.
And then he mentioned the girl.
The girl.
I don't know, Doctor. He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem.
Because he would kill her.
I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real.
It was real.
But he was offering me what I wanted.
Her
A temporary insanity diagnosis.
Did Dr. Dekker kill Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways.
What kind of black snake
It was
monk
obvious
shit
he'd
do we have
titillated
going on
himself
around
by
here?
recommending me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Okay. Huh.
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my alleged ability.
Iris
He
is
didn't
the
believe
woman
I'd
that her
reanimate
husband was
David.
having an affair with.
Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl. Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can
Dr.
take you to
Dekker
see him
saw
too, if you
David?
like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Yes. But can you bring him here?
Very well.
I don't want to go to the lake house.
In our next session.
This bitch gonna bring a dead man up into my office. I'm gonna need some extra bottles of Lysol because I'm not having rigor mortis all up in my place. This is a very clean doctor's office, okay?
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
Okay, type the body wasn't fresh enough.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
There you go, Huntsman.
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling... I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David.
Oh, shit. It was a
Dr. Dekker
mistake
wanted
that
to
we're going to
examine
see
him,
David.
So they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr.
No, but-
Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
Interesting.
Try asking me something.
So Dr. Dekker saw David and basically came out like he saw a ghost.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands. That's not relevant here. Yes, he did come back to life, but he's not a zombie. He looks like he always did. Just his mind is encumbered. There's no way back.
Okay, so his body's not all like ripped and torn and falling apart. He's just Cro-Magnon. Was the girl Iris? No.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I don't know, Doctor.
Shit.
He was stabbed in the heart. Then I'd say whoever killed him didn't want to leave any room for error.
No, it would have to be somebody very meticulous and precise. Like you.
Think, Doctor. I don't know what you're after.
No.
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him.
He does
so they
hunt
went
and
into a
kill
different
things.
room.
And he used to
wasn't
skin
worried.
stuff.
David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back. Sorry.
No, nothing there. I should tell Claire what Bryce said about smuggling out David's body. I don't think I got there yet. So let me go check in with Bryce, I guess. And see what Bryce has to say about smuggling out David's body.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave.
But you
He
said
is
the
in
coffin was
ground.
empty.
I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off. No. You have an interesting aura, Doctor.
Fuck does that mean? Look at me up here. Eyes up here, buddy. I know I'm all kinds of man candy. Eyes up here. Bryce says Claire's husband is in the ground. I see. Okay, Bryce said your husband is in the ground.
Well, that's what he would say, isn't it?
Oh, Dr. Dekker's. My apologies. Why would he say that?
I'm getting tired. Well, that's what he would say, isn't it?
Which throws suspicion on that. Which I kind of had suspicion too because, well, he's brought back to life, maybe?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried.
What about this examination? Did David survive the stabbing?
Perhaps. Perhaps I missed his vital organs. Perhaps by some strange freak of nature, he only appeared dead for a week and needed no food or water. Though there was an autopsy, so it's not likely. I think he was definitely dead. Perhaps. I think it was... Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor? Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. That's not relevant here.
Damn. And a new achievement.
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time.
Yes, that's exactly what that means.
That just doesn't seem right to me.
That seems
It's
very
more probable
right to
that
me.
I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
Why?
I have a picture of him I took after he came back. I'll bring it in next session.
Please. As well as him. Bring him in too.
I think it was a mistake. I don't know what you're after.
Nope. I already talked about that. Are you seeing David's ghost, mayhaps?
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Gross. Did you have sex with a zombie? Because that's weird. Even for some of the patients we've seen here so far. Oh,
David was
another
dazed
star
and
here.
confused when I brought him back to life. As you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even more... I don't know, Doctor. Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway.
Well, what's a spare
sworn
key
I'd
to the
looked there
outside of the
already.
house doing inside of the house? That's weird. Crap, did I misspell that? Nope.
Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already. I'm afraid I don't know the... You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
Why not? Nope. Okay. But that still leaves 3 stars left.
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
What are some other things that could describe why she's seeing David? Are you crazy?
Think, Doctor.
I need to tell Claire where Bryce sat the chained girl.
Sorry. Try ask.
Let me maybe ask Bryce about the chained girl.
I've nothing interesting to say about that.
Crap. Is it in my notes, maybe? No?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people. He made sounds. I could understand him a bit.
What, he just kind of
I
speaks in a
thought
lot
he'd
of grunts
improve
and
with
moans at
time,
this point?
like a child learning to talk, but he didn't.
Nope. Stuck like that.
It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again.
And it's all your fault.
I think it's his brain.
So maybe you should kill him again.
At least he is safe where he is.
In
At
his
the lake
rocking
house.
chair at the lake
He
house.
doesn't move from there. For good reason. David shouldn't be alive, so he can't just stroll around the neighborhood. It's unseemly.
What would the neighbors
I
think?
did think he'd be able to rejoin society at some point, but not anymore. He's getting worse, not
Getting
better.
worse? What? Getting worse?
I'm getting tired of all. That's not relevant. Try asking me something. You're saying that my David would speak to Dr. Dekker, but not his beloved wife? I don't think so, Doctor.
I
And
do.
even if that were true, what would he say? What would he tell him? I don't know, Doctor.
Okay, there's no expansion on that, unfortunately. But I have a feeling that may be exactly what David
At
said
the
to
lake
Dr.
house.
Dekker. This is fucking creepy.
He doesn't move from there. For good reason. Do you see David here? No, Doctor. That would be ridiculous. At the lake house. He doesn't move from there. For good reason. At the lake house.
How did he get to the lake house?
I'm getting tired.
No.
Think, Doctor. Sorry.
Damn, I thought I was close to remembering that. Yes, Meal, but interestingly enough, that Black Lightning show is not going to be in the Berlantiverse. It's going to be its whole separate thing. So people are kind of wondering exactly how that's going to work. Because really, when you think about it, a lot of these shows have mainly succeeded on how big the universe can get once they start playing together. But Black Lightning is going to be out on her own.
You tell me. What could possibly explain that? Yes, the father and daughter who live opposite will have seen him, I'd imagine, although they won't have talked to him. If anyone approaches him other than me, David would run a mile.
But David
the
didn't
sociable
run
part
from
of his
Dr.
brain must
Dekker.
have died in that week too.
Huh. Why didn't David run from Dekker?
You tell me.
Because apparently they sat down and had an intimate chat for quite a while.
He doesn't.
Bryce took Iris to the lake house.
What? She was actually his prisoner. Bryce saved Iris? So that's two favors I owe Bryce now. And Iris? I'd probably have stopped her death if I'd known it was real. I suppose I should have a chat with her now. I'm sorry, Your Honor. What I meant to say is that David never leaves the vicinity of the lake house. I think his hunting would be severely restricted by trying to do it from the kitchen window.
I think I started to ask about that and then got on another track and forgot.
What? She was actually his prisoner. Bryce saved Iris? So that's 2 favors I owe Bryce now. And Iris? I'd probably have stopped her death if I'd known it was real. There was something delicious about the idea of getting revenge on Iris by having Dr. Dekker
Of
kill
course
her.
there was. That's exactly why he
But I'm not
offered you the
wicked.
chance. Are you fucking sure you're not wicked? Because I'm seeing something very wicked standing before me.
You
And
tell
one
me.
last star. What else could possibly explain that? Maybe David isn't human.
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place.
So beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
It's like that book, Pet Cemetery.
Uh-huh.
Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
And that greens out Claire. Interesting. Interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is where I'm gonna have to leave off with Dr. Dekker for this evening. Staring at the very handsome John Guilor, and we'll get to him next time. I'm gonna take myself a short little, well, I say short little break, and a little bit extended break here so that I can go eat and have dinner, but we will be back here in, let's see, at about 8:30, probably. I'm gonna give myself an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, to kind of go get some food and settle in and let my throat rest a little bit. And then we'll be back for some Persona 5 action, so we'll see you back here in just a little bit, folks. We'll continue Dr. Dekker on Tuesday. And oh my god. This shit just keeps getting deeper, you guys. How far are we, just out of curiosity? 44%? 20% of the way through this act? Oh man. We are chugging right along. Took a huge chunk out of this game today. I'm very proud. I think we played more today than we have yet so far. I think, well, maybe by like 40 minutes or so. But anyway, plugging right along through a very amazing game. Oh, before we go, wait, before we go, one little thing. Would anybody like a copy of the game? I feel like we should, I have a copy that was very generously given to me by the wonderful developer of this game, and I feel like it would be great to give that back. Not to them, of course, but to you, the lovely people who have been sitting here with me for the last couple of hours and watching me play this very awesome game. So, let's see here. Here's what we can do. Sad Panda, are you the only person in here affiliated with the game? Who else in here is affiliated with the game? Because I feel like I can just do a random number generator on the actual chat, and that will work pretty well. But I need to know who to discount from the random number count. Excellent. Well, if that's all, then let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people that I can give it away to. Okay, well. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 9.
Here's what I found on
Ah, you son of a bitch. Give me a number between 1 and 9.
the answer is 5.
There. That time it actually worked. Sometimes Siri's not quite as smart as I would like. So, Huntsman, it looks like you just won yourself a free copy of Dr. Dekker. Scary. Very scary universe. Very fucking scary universe. Because Panda fucking called that. When he gave me the code, he said, and I quote, it's probably going to be the guy playing Dark Souls, which was Huntsman. Like, I'm sorry, I hope that's not me telling tales out of school, but that's fucking freaky. After we've been playing this weird, creepy-ass Cthulhu game, that's fucking creepy, you guys. So I'm going to step away and take a break because I cannot believe that just happened. Huntsman, I'll catch you in the DM, sir. Oh my god. I'll see you back here for some Persona 5 later on. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the end screen. We'll see you soon.